Oh, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome to another video. Today we've got some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we are starting off with Square Enix. Apparently they are interested in an overseas / offline version of Dragon Quest X, and they also stated that the 3DS titles weren't that popular in the West. So let's go ahead and get into what producer of the series, Yusuke Saito, had to say on the matter. Quote, "We talk about an offline version here and there, but I don't think it's possible. It'd be great if we could introduce it to customers." Now, Dragon Quest series executive producer Yu Miyake also chimed in with his own interesting comments when it comes to the titles on the Nintendo 3DS, saying that, quote, "weren't that popular," and also shared interest in bringing Dragon Quest X to the West. So here's what he had to say. Dragon Quest X hasn't been released overseas. The Nintendo 3DS games weren't that popular overseas, and some folks jumped from Dragon Quest 8 all the way to Dragon Quest 11. Dragon Quest X has plenty of rich stories, and I want to make something to share it with others, including those overseas. So this is something that I want to talk about just a bit because this was brought up in one of my live streams recently, and I was like, you know what, I don't think it's going to happen. And the reason why I don't think this is going to happen is because, guys, this game is so old at this point. This game came out on the Wii. Let's just think about that for a second. Dragon Quest X came out on the Wii. The original Wii, okay? And they still, to this point, haven't got anything. Now, I know that there's other games like Shining Resonance Refrain or whatever, right? That took forever to come over. So maybe there's something. That took like 10 years to come over. So maybe something comes over, but this whole blatant lack of actually doing anything at this point, now you're thinking about an offline version? It's been through the Wii, the Wii U, now the Nintendo Switch. You've gotten through 3 generations of Nintendo systems, and Dragon Quest is still not here at this point. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's also on PlayStation 4, right? It's on PS4, it's on PC, it's on so many different things, and we still don't have it over here. If they really wanted to do an offline version, they would have had it already. So I do think that maybe it's possible that it comes over, but by the time that it does, it's going to be so far into the future or so far into other Dragon Quest games. Are people going to care as much? I know there's a lot of great stories and everything, but just make it offline then. Make it offline and make it to where you can party up. I mean, it's not a priority for them. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to discredit them and say that, oh, they're lying or anything like that. I'm just trying to say that it's not really a priority for them to bring out Dragon Quest X in the United States. It's not a priority for them to bring it out when it comes to like the online version. Obviously, they're not going to do that. They're not going to charge people, you know, to play Dragon Quest, because Dragon Quest is not as popular as it is in Japan, you know, with the West. So there you go. They're not going to do that. And if you look at what they've done so far out of all these years that the game has been released, there still isn't an offline version. So there's been multiple opportunities. There's been people saying that they want it, but they still haven't done it even at this point. So I'm not confident that it's going to get done anytime soon. So we're going to have to wait and see on it, guys. Either way, I'm excited to see what's going down with Dragon Quest XI on the Nintendo Switch. I have the game on the PlayStation 4. It's really good, but it's old school, kind of grindy RPG. So I'm going to go ahead and wait out till the Nintendo Switch version, Dragon Quest XI, apparently. So what do you guys think about what the producers of Dragon Quest X had to say here about potentially bringing it over in an offline version, but maybe not? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here. The NES Nintendo Switch Online adds a brand new special version of The Legend of Zelda. You can live the life of luxury. So a special version of The Legend of Zelda called The Legend of Zelda Living the Life of Luxury has been added to the Nintendo Entertainment System Nintendo Switch Online app alongside the previously announced NES Open Tournament Golf, Solomon's Key, and Super Dodgeball today. Here's an overview of the game via the app. So buy something, will ya? In this souped up version of The Legend of Zelda, you'll start with a ton of rupees and items. You'll begin with all equipment, including your white sword, the magical shield, the blue ring, and even the power bracelet. But if Ganon's still giving you a hard time, the power of money will overcome. Just buy yourself some more items and give it another try. Beating the game once grants you access to a more difficult version of the game called Second Quest. So this is crazy. This is actually really interesting that they would do something like this with The Legend of Zelda, where they're bringing some type of crazy version of the game, and then I guess it gets progressively difficult because you'll have a second version after you beat it. So this actually makes me want to go through and play the original Legend of Zelda. I beat that game, but it took me forever. When I was a kid, I could not beat the original Legend of Zelda. It was too tough. Me and my brother beat it together, but I couldn't beat it by myself. I actually beat the game, I think it was via Virtual Console on the Wii or something like that. That's when I actually beat the game, and I was like, man, I'm not sure if this game is aged, because it was still kind of hard for me to beat that game even back then on the Wii. So I've only beat the game technically twice, and once by myself. So I'm gonna go through and I'll probably play this. I'm gonna go through, it's gonna be easy to play, and then it's gonna unlock the harder one on the second one. So I'm actually interested in playing it, whereas I have not played that since like the original Wii, right? Like I've bought the game again. I think I have it on my Wii U. I have it on my NES Classic and all that, and I have not replayed it at all, just because Legend of Zelda original wasn't necessarily my favorite. I like Twilight Princess, I like some of the newer ones, but the original was not necessarily my favorite one, and I hate Zelda 2. I can't stand that game, so if they bring that one out, they better do some special stuff with that one as well. But like I've stated before, I know everyone's not happy overall with the online service, and heck, there's a lot of things that they can do to improve, but to me, like I said, this is just my own personal opinion when it comes to how they're handling with Virtual Console. I'll take this, getting all these different games, 4 games, I'll take this, and them constantly adding games, I'll take it over the overpriced Virtual Console that we had before in the past, because I always buy Legend of Zelda. That's the funny thing. I don't like it that much, but I always buy the original Legend of Zelda on every single system. I think I even have it on my 3DS too, but I think that was the Ambassador program I got it on there, the original Legend of Zelda. But either way, I always buy it every single time and then don't even play. I don't think I even played the Wii U one with Virtual Console and everything, and then I have the NES Classic, not gonna play it on there. So the fact that they just added it in there and they did some improvements, or they did some different things to make it kind of just weird, the special edition, right, is cool. And hopefully they do that with more games, because this one was just kind of like a bonus game that they threw in there. So I hope that we get some type of weird special edition every single month, that they bring out something. That'd be really cool if they do some type of special edition with each one of these every month, because they did release the 3 games that they said they're going to release, and then also this one as well, so 4 games. And then it's even going to get better once we get the Super Nintendo games, right? That's when I'm really going to be dialed in on what games they bring over, and the fact that I don't have to spend $7.99. I think that's what Super Nintendo games were on the Wii U, $7 or something like that on Super Nintendo games, which just made me not buy Super Nintendo games on the Wii U Virtual Console service, because I thought that was just too much to be rebuying all of these games that I've already purchased a number of times. So what do you guys think about this special souped up version of The Legend of Zelda? Have any of you guys tried it out yet? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the final topics here. Yokai-Watch 4 has been delayed to spring 2019 in Japan, and Inazuma 11 Ares has been delayed to winter. So it seems like they've just kind of pushed their portfolio a little bit more, and if you know Level 5, you know this is nothing new for them. Level 5 pretty much always delays their games, whether it's Ni no Kuni or whether it's Yokai-Watch previously before, down Inazuma 11, which I think they've already delayed once before. I'm not exactly sure, but it's no longer due out this winter with Yokai-Watch 4, so Level 5 has delayed Yokai-Watch 4 from its previously planned winter release in Japan to spring 2019. The latest issue of Koto Koto comic reveals Yokai-Watch 4 will be released exclusively on the Nintendo Switch. Now moving on to Inazuma 11 Ares, that has been delayed to winter in Japan once again. So they have delayed that to winter, which could come out this year, or it could technically be next year as well. Winter does stretch into next year, so it looks like it's going to be a late December release if it's even released this year, or early next year if it does come out then. Now Inazuma 11 Ares, unlike Yokai-Watch 4, it's not an exclusive. It will be coming to the PlayStation 4, smartphones, and also the Nintendo Switch. So there's that. Now, the one thing about this, guys, this was all for Japan, so I wasn't expecting Yokai-Watch or Inazuma 11 really to have much news this year for the West. In Japan, many people were anticipating Yokai-Watch 4 to be a big seller and everything, but after some of the Tokyo Game Show footage and all that, I think everyone would probably agree that maybe it it needs just a bit more work. And like I've stated before, I already thought that the game could be delayed out of that because they didn't really have any solid release dates for any of that. So let them work on the game. When it's good to go. They'll release it spring 2019. And then also with Inazuma 11, that's a game, it's like a soccer RPG. I'm actually really looking forward to this one. Winter in Japan, so we'll probably be getting it sometime next year as well. So overall, it doesn't really affect too many of us, but at the same time, if you're in Japan or if you know Japanese and you're looking forward to playing Yokai-Watch 4, that's not cool, but it is what it is. They got to work on the game and make sure everything is good when it does come out. And once again, this is level 5. They delay lots of things. So what do you guys think about all these topics here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming page. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.